So that was the Three Sea Captains, which is a set dance in jig time. I'm playing this tune for you as it might be a good introduction to the key of G. Somebody who has come to the C-sharp D box from the G-C system is having trouble with playing G on the pull and asked for help. I don't know if this will help, but this is I think this is the first tune in G that I attempted, one of the very first tunes I attempted at all on the box when I started learning the box. I knew it, of course, from years of playing fiddle. And I should point out that this is a set dance which is for solo step dancing, and I've made no attempt here to play it in the strict time that a step dancer wearing hard shoes would require. She would, or possibly he, would require it a good deal slower and more measured than the way I played it. But it's a fun tune for listening, and very satisfying to play, I think, even though you won't hear it very often in sessions. But let's go through it now. Now let's go through the fingering part by part. Here's the first part of the tune. Start with bellows a little bit open to give a nice push lead-in note on the D. So I'm shifting position twice here. First with the index finger, and then, having played the C natural with my ring finger, A with the ring finger, and then shift with the ring finger down to the F sharp, and play a grace note like a little triplet. The next phrase is very similar. It goes up to D. So once you've got your index finger on the G, there's no position change there. Now, index finger up to A. So A, B, C, E. And then C, A again. No position change, but a bit of a stretch from the C to the E, middle to ring. Next phrase. So I've got my, on the C natural, I've got my ring finger, my middle finger. And go from the index to the third to get you back down onto the G with your index like that. And the other way I played it in the introduction would be with the triplet, using all three fingers. So you could either play, or next phrase starts on the B, starts on the B, I said. Again, I'm using the middle finger to shift there. You could play the outer row F sharp here if you wanted. If you weren't bothered about having a D chord against the F sharp here, if you're not playing chords, for example. So, and then the first part of the tune continues with a lot of repeated elements. I'll just play as far as we've got so far. That is as far as we've got. I'll do that once more. with something with the first few parts very similar. Now we change, we play a D, E, up to C natural. Or if you want to use the outer F sharp. So, we should have fairly well the first part. I'll play that again for you slowly. And then you'll play that whole part again. A couple of things that we might vary in the first part. Instead of playing bum bum all the time there, we might just play a long G. We might play 3 Gs. And we might do that using my trademark finger swapping technique. Or you could play a 5-note box player's roll if you really wanted to. That would be something like this. There are 5 components to the roll, like that, and you hang on to the G before you start the thing. You could play that if you wanted. Another thing I often do is sort of delay going to the C natural. So what you do there, instead of playing a long note of C, you play B, C. You can play B, C on a C sharp D box. Ha ha. And so you in fact played 2 Bs. You can play it like that, or you can stir the 2 Bs together. Gives you a nice delayed effect. Let's move on to the second part. Now we ended on G. Now we're going to play a little lead up here. So the first note proper, if you like, of the second part is the high G. So we play an arpeggio. And I shift so that I can get my index finger on the second octave D here, which I often do. So let's carry on. Okay, let's break that down. I should stay on the index there. Then use your second finger, ring finger, middle finger, this one, big one, to play the C natural. So we're just climbing back up the scale when we get down to this A. A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. And the way I do that is get back with the index on the D, crossing over as it were. So. Slowly. Slowly. Now use the second finger this time. So from the beginning of the second part we have Reach up with the middle finger to the top G. Swap. Now, we've used the push F sharp going in here. It makes sense because we'd probably be playing it against a chord. But here, we can use the outer F sharp nicely. I'm playing a C sharp here, and I'm getting it on the outer row to take it in the same bellows movement as the D. So back from the I used slightly different fingerings there, it doesn't really matter. Now comes the tricky little bit, ascending arpeggios, or little phrases. Start with the C with your index finger. Then repeat on the B. This kind of works out quite well. There's no conscious shifting, it just happens naturally. Carrying on A. We could have stayed on that ring on the A there. So just from those little extending phrases again. And then we basically finish the tune, because we're going to finish the second part with and so, like a lot of set dances, this tune has more than 8 or 16 bars in the turn of the tune. It's probably 12, or it might be 20. We'll have to count them. Anyway, you'll have to count them. So again, the second part slowly. Now you might notice I'm not sticking to the same fingering every time. I'm sorry about that. And also I noticed that I played a lead in here which changes the fingering that I showed you. I played a B before the C, but you could always slide if you wanted to keep the same fingering. And so on. So there we have it. I don't know if it's worth me playing the whole thing again to make the clip rather long, so I won't. And if you go back to the beginning, you can hear it played all the way through. I hope this has been useful, and good luck with that. It's a nice tune, not often heard outside step dancing environments, but lovely tune nevertheless, the 3 Sea Captains.